Dexy, I know you're gonna kill this shit.
Yo, people, what you telling me back again for another footy talk? Hey, ROMZ, what's good, my bro?
Big up, bro. Been a minute, man. But I'm good, bro. I'm just happy the football's back, bro. When I say football, obviously club football, because bro, the international break, people go crazy, you know. You start getting having mad comparisons, transfer rumors that are never gonna happen. I always tell man just to take everything with a pinch of salt in this period, bro. But other than that, I'm good, bro. What are you telling me?
Yeah, I'm calm, bro. Listen, them man always got too much time on their hands in international break, innit? Like, this is what it is. International football, yeah, is borderline unwatchable, blood, outside of major tournaments, bro. It's so bad. You know, like that. Like, bro, and the truth is it's never been good, like. And the thing is, yeah, when we was growing up, international friendlies, there weren't as many, bro. There wasn't. It feels like there's bare international friendlies. I don't remember England playing this often, yeah, when I was growing up. I don't remember it, bro. Like, there only used to be like the friendlies on years where there was a tournament. When there weren't years there was a tournament, there weren't as many games, blood. I don't care. Like, we played Ireland twice, blood, in like 2 months.
Do you know what's mad, Rants though? Yeah, they set up this Nations League as an initiative to make the game's a bit better, so the best play the best. But all it's
Mm.
doing is it's defeating the objective because the best players don't even want to be there, bro.
Yeah.
Like, the best players are dropping out. So, bro, it is crazy to me. It's crazy, but I'm just happy club football's back. And if your team's in Europe, bro, I was looking at the schedule. I think until February, it's every 3 days, bro. If your team's in Europe, and I think Carabao, but mainly in Europe, you're playing every 3 days. And there's that narrative, you can't. It's not good on the players and that. No. This is on the clubs, bro. You need to have this is where you need to have a squad equipped to deal with these games. Because as fans, we love this, bro. There's more content for us, especially when you're winning. You want to see your team playing every 3 and 4 days. And I think was it Bernardo Silva that said it? I think an interviewer asked him a year ago or 2 years ago, do you think it's too much games and that? And he said, you know what? Not necessarily that. When you're winning, it breeds that winning mentality, and you like to play every 2-3 days because it increases the rhythm and whatnot. So,
and also, like when you're playing every 3 days, your training intensity goes down. So it's like it shouldn't really affect these man that much if the manager's rotating. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the day before the games, you never train anyway, and if you do, it's usually light and it's usually tactical. So City are at a point now where their players are fit enough, bro. That's what pre-season's for. So you don't need to be doing fitness in training, bro. And you'll play matches, so you're just ticking over. Like the amount of games isn't really the problem if the squad's utilized properly and the training intensities is periodized properly, bro. So I don't care about that, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about it.
You're spot on, bro. And you'd even remember, like, when I was kicking ball properly, like you said, day before the game, the manager wouldn't want you lot to exert mad energy. If anything, it will be maybe ball work for about 20-30 minutes. Then it's more like calisthenics, plyometrics. It's more in the gym stuff. You're not actually doing mad stuff before the game. So yeah, bro, I'm just happy it's back because this international break's been Rants, I couldn't tell you one game I watched. Actually, I'm lying. I watched England Ireland. I'm lying. That's the only game I watched. And
I watched the first half of England Ireland. I nearly fell asleep and fell off the treadmill, bro.
Bro, let me tell you something. Yeah, the only way England scored 5 was because of the sending off. Bro, Ireland were doing well, obviously defensively. If they weren't sending off, that game probably ends 0-0, bro. that sending off changed again. I can't lie. Kane washed now, but the ball was crazy. That I'll be real. That ball to Bellingham, I'll hold my hands up, and then my man got sent off. Then the floodgates opened, but that's the only international game I watched, bro. Literally the only one. I can't stand international football, bro. And like I say, the best players from when they're saying, you know what, man's just gonna return back to my club. Man's gonna just focus on the season.
Yeah, it's dusted.
Yeah, bro, it's washed.
Bro, man, them was saying that Harry Kane was looking like Lee Mack in Soccer Raid, blood.
Bro, that was a ball. You would have seen it because you watched first half. Do you remember there was a ball Bellingham played it, bro? And he looked like he was running in treacle, bro. He played it down the channel. And bro, he was running in.
Not getting it. Not getting it, bro. Do you know what I mean? So, brother, I'm glad that it's over, bro. I can't lie. It's borderline unwatchable and just fucking awful, bruv. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, international football can do one, man. I'm glad the Premier League's back. Obviously, we got our manager as well, and we need the games. We need the regular games because we need to learn a new system and we need to build some rhythm. And also, the manager needs to teach the whole squad how to play the system. And the best way to do that is to utilize them in games. So I think the volume of games that we're getting is actually perfect for our squad because the manager can use our squad. And to be fair to Chelsea have used their squad very well so far this season. I don't know what you lot have been doing in Europe, but obviously you're in the Champions League, so you can't make the changes that Chelsea make.
But then saying that, Rants, I think mathematically we need one more win. Let's say even if that win, because we got Real Madrid next, even if that win don't come against Real Madrid, we just need one win out of our last 4 games. We'll start making changes, bro. I wouldn't say wholesale, but we'll start making 3 or 4 changes once we qualified. But then I read something that the higher you finish within the 8, so obviously the top 8 don't have to do the playoff, but the higher you finish within that 8, you're supposed to get an easier draw. But
yeah, of course.
But not necessarily, because the way the big European giants are moving, they're going to finish between, like, let's say 7th and 10th. And then the higher you finish, you might still buck a big team. Do you get it? So I don't know, man. But yeah,
in theory it works, but then it doesn't, because even in my even in my futsal, yeah, we had a
Mm.
similar thing where the top 4 get playoffs, yeah, and then first play fourth, second play third, innit?
Mm.
And it's one of them ones where, in theory, the team that finishes fourth is meant to be the worst team of the 4. But
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? I remember I took over my club halfway through the season, yeah, outside playoffs, got them to playoffs, fourth, and no one wanted to play us because the semi was a 2-leg, and they knew over 2 legs we will probably beat
You're right
anyone.
there.
So man
Yeah.
were trying to lose games on purpose to not finish top because we were first. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's
So
mad.
so sometimes, yeah, like the team that finishes, say if you finish first, you could get a harder team than if you finish second or third. Do you know what I'm
Literally, bro.
saying?
That's my point.
So
That's my point.
it's a
So,
weird one, bro. I'll be honest.
but the
With
thing is,
seeding.
the reason why Chelsea also have played, they've been very smart. They literally changed their whole 11. Obviously, the competition they're in, but still, they changed their whole 11. If you look at their Conference League 11 to their Premier League, bro, it's normally you might make 8 or 9 changes, but maybe 1 or 2 players still play for rhythm and that. Bro, Maresca changed the whole thing. They literally have a whole different 11, and bro, the second 11 is still cold.
Yeah,
That's the
still
thing.
cooking.
It's
Bro,
crazy,
bruv,
bro.
they went, where did they go? They went to like Greece or something like that, yeah.
Panathinaikos, yeah.
And slapped 5 past them man in their own yard, bro. And that's not an easy place to go, you know, because bro,
Facts.
like the crowd's meant to be intimidating. Like, do you know what I mean? Panathinaikos used to play in the Champions League, bro. They're not a joke man club. They're still a club with history, bro. So to go and put 5 past them and it could have been 8, yeah. That's not no joke thing.
Like Rants, we growing up, we like as an English fan, you know the 2 biggest teams in Greece, or the ones that been in Champions League, like you said, are Olympiacos and Panathinaikos. So when the thing is, yeah, rival fans can do the whole, "Oh, you're in Conference League," but when Chelsea slapped them 5-0, I can't lie, I gave them their credit, because say what you want about the competition, that is still a big Greek team, and not everyone's going there and beating them that emphatically. You might have won 1 or 2-0, but to slap 5 past them, yeah, that game, I'm not
Their
going to say
gaff
the
as
same.
well.
Exactly, bro. I'm not going to say the same for the FC Noahs and that teams that
Yeah.
got established that 5-6 years ago. I'm not going to give them that same credit. But Panathinaikos in isolation, bro, that was a very good win for them still. Very good win.
No, 100%. So this is where managers are gonna have to earn their money, use their squad. So it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting to see how they man do, bro. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, the new gaffer, I can't lie, I'm looking forward to this new game, fam. I'm looking forward to it. And Pep's just obviously announced that he's staying. It's weird because I kind of feel like he should have left. Like, you know, the ones like, I don't know what he's staying for. It's a strange one. I know I'm gonna be in a minority. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, like Pep's the best manager in the world, and Pep this and Pep that." But bro, I said it before earlier. Yeah, for me, yeah, knowing when to leave, yeah, is perhaps the best quality that you can have in life, bro, in general. Because
In any
when you
walk of
stay
the
if you stay anywhere too long, you stand the chance of being taken for granted. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's in anything, bro. That could be in relationships, that could be in friendships, that could be at your job, blood. If you stay at your job too long, yeah, man start taking you for granted, bro, because they're just used to you always being there, always getting the job done, bro. You know them ones, and then all of a sudden, yeah, you ain't getting a pay rise. Man are just used to just having you there, bro. The most money you're gonna make is by going somewhere else, bro. And this is the reality with Pep, yeah. He's got nothing to prove at City. There's nothing that he can really do at City that he hasn't already done, because he's already done a treble. So, and he's done a 4-peat. So it's just like stay in another year when City's got an aging squad. Their squad is one of the oldest squads in the league, bro. It's on par with Everton, bro. To put it into context, they've got Ake and Stones, yeah. No, Ake and another centre back's 29. Stones is 30. Like, it's a mad thing. KDB's legs are gone. KDB and Gundogan are in their mid-30s. KDB's going to be 34. I think Gundo's going to be 35. Like, bro, like this squad needs at least 5 men, bro.
I was
Akanji's
reading
29.
something, bro. I was reading something. One of their midfield threes, I can't remember. It was Kovacic
Even
two up
Culver's
there.
in his 30s, isn't he? Or is
Yeah,
he not?
bro. I can't remember the top of my head, but it was a combined age of 95 Rants. Do you know? I think it's the last game they started. So who did they last play? What
Yeah,
was it? Bournemouth?
Culver's 30.
It might have been Bournemouth, but I just remember seeing the combined age was like 95 in their midfield. I said, this is mad. And do you know what, Rants, as well? Yeah, the reason why I know, if obviously we're saying we think he should leave, and people are going to say, of course, you would say that. Look what he's done, whatnot. Because for me, the only thing he can do to better what he's already done at City is win the quad. And realistically, I don't think that will happen. That there's a reason why it's never happened in English football. So that's the only thing. That's the next level we can go up, and that's an insane level to go. But the things of Pep, the reason why I think it made sense for him to leave as well, and it's not just because look what he's done to your club, he's the pride view of all Prems. It's not even about that. But look, you see these charges if they hit, yeah. I can't remember what he said word for word verbatim, but I remember him saying
He said
if
they
we get
promised
found,
them. Yeah, he said
yeah,
they promised him that they didn't break the law, and if he finds out they did,
he's gone.
you know, then he's off. Yeah.
Then he's off. And bro, I personally I think they're gonna get found not guilty, even if they are guilty. You know, money talks.
Yeah.
But let's just say they do get found guilty, and it's breaking news. Man City, this, that, and the other, they're getting relegated, whatnot. Even though, again, I don't think this will happen. But if it does, he's gonna be off. So now you're looking at it like, I might as well have just dipped anyway. Do you know what I mean? 6 months, 7 months prior to this. So yeah, but as long as he stays, look, they need a revamp. And I know obviously he's done mad things at them, but even if he stays, I think this is time for the Chelseas, the Arsenals, the Liverpools, the United to now capitalize on this, because they're not the City they once were. Like again, I still have them favourites to win, because I don't live in the here and now. I still look at what's ahead. They're going to strengthen in January. They still got Pep. But I mean, seasons going forward, this is where I think the rest of us can creep up on them, bro, because if we're being honest, even their game winners are deteriorating. That you got Foden that's out of form. KDB, bro, he can't play 60, 70 minutes minimum anymore. Haaland, for me,
got a game every 3 days now as well. Like, he can't play.
Exactly, bro.
He can't play multiple games a week.
Literally, bro. And I think Haaland will inevitably be at Barca or Madrid in the next 2-3 years. I think he's another one where he will achieve.
He struggles without KDB.
Yeah. He struggles with that service. And I just think for him, even for himself, he'll want to go to the pinnacle of football like most players. He's achieved everything there is to achieve at City. Won a treble, won all the trophies. And I just think for Pep to revamp this, because I'm even thinking in his career, when has he ever really had to rebuild like that? At Barca, he didn't really have to. Bayern, he didn't really have to. The only thing you could say is his first season, he changed all the fullbacks. You know the season Conte won with Chelsea?
He bought 3 or something, didn't he?
Yeah, he bought like 3 or 4 fullbacks and changed all of them. But in terms of the actual core, you still had Aguero, you still had Silva, you still had Yaya Toure, he still had his main company, he still had that main core. For me, bro, they're gonna need a big overhaul to hit the heights that they've been hitting, and this is when the rest of us have to capitalize, bro. We have to. We actually have to.
Yeah, Pep's kind of had it. He's kind of had it like Sir Alex Ferguson, isn't it? You know what it is, yeah. People say that Sir Alex Ferguson rebuilt Man United and built bare teams, but if you look at Sir Alex Ferguson's reign, yeah. Like post the class of 92, yeah, he's had Giggs, Scholes, and Gary Neville in most of his squads. You know them ones, like all the way through. Like his spines, yeah. Out of the notable teams, yeah, that Man United have had. You look at the spines, we've managed to keep a little bit of consistency. Because even when Keane left and Carrick came in, we still had Scholes. You know, like that. We still had Gary Neville there. Like there's always. Like when you look at the spines, and even with the Rio and Vidic, for instance, yeah, we had at the time I think we had Gerard Piqué, we had Phil Jones that we bought, we had Johnny Evans, we had Chris Smalling, and then Rio and them man left, and then obviously Smalling and Jones stepped in. Do you know what I'm saying? Rio we kept for longer than we probably needed to. Do you know what I mean? We kept Giggs till he was 40 years old. Like, we brought Scholes out of retirement. Like, there was still a core of players that we kind of had there, bro. And then at one point, we had Owen Hargreaves came in, but Scholes was still there. Do you know what I'm saying? So, it's like, we kind of had like a core and a foundation, and then we just kept bringing players in around it. And then we brought in Nani and Anderson. Ronaldo left. Nani then became more important. Anderson's injuries, he didn't make it. But we were bringing in players to replace the players that were already there when they were there. Do you know what I'm saying? City aren't doing that at the moment. At the moment, they got like 6 men that need replacing now. And they're not going to do that all in one window.
Do you know why that's alien, bro? Because in most of Pep's reign, they've been proactive, bro. Bro, they had when they had what's his name? It's gonna bug me. When they had when they had Fernandinho, they had Rodri in the hyperbolic chamber ready to go, bro. So the minute Fernandinho left, he come in. It's not even just him they've done it with. They've done it with a few players, bro. I can't think off the top of my head, but they've done it with a few players. They're normally proactive, bro. So the fact they're not, this is another indicator.
This is why I thought he was leaving, bro. That's why I thought he was leaving, because they're not planning for the future. Because Doku, it is nothing, blood. Do you know what I mean? Their replacement for Riyad Mahrez, they sold to Chelsea. Do you know what I'm saying? So when I'm looking at it, like Savinho is not a Riyad Mahrez replacement. He's nowhere near as good as him. So who's gonna replace KDB? No one. Because do you know what I'm saying? Because who's gonna replace KDB should already be at the club, bro. Because De Bruyne's 34, blood. He should already be there.
Exactly. And the two man there, that's let's say front runners or the media want to put out there, in Wits and Musiala. It's been strongly reported that Wits wants to go Bayern, and apparently Musiala is like a couple weeks away from signing a new deal. So once them two go out the window, and this goes back to conversations we always have about the talent in the game in general. Once them two go out the window, who you really looking at? First of all, KDB for me can't really be replaced anyway with the pool of talent that's out there right now. But once he goes, who's the nearest thing to him?
No, but bro, you don't sign a like for like player, but you have to sign a player that can have as big an impact. You really need to. You have to go get a Florian Wirtz or a Musiala. You have to get someone that is seen as a world beater. Like man is saying, even Arda Güler, bro. They need to go and see. They need to go and sign. A player that's going to move the needle, bro, because the player don't have time to bed in, bro, because you fucked up and you didn't sign them earlier. Do you know what I mean? Like someone like a Nunes, for instance, he's been there now for a season. So even though he hasn't really moved the needle, like if next season he performs better, he could turn out to be a good signing, bro. But they can't afford, to sign somebody next season and then give them a season to bed in, like what Pep normally does, blood. Because that's his 1 year extension. What? So you're gonna sign a bag of man and wait for them to come good next year?
But this is why, Rants, I think you can. For me, you can sign a like for like replacement, but sometimes they might just have to be humble enough to know they're not going to start week in, week out. Or listen, if you're going to speak about the KDB thing, look, his body's breaking down. You're probably going to get more games than you'll even propose. So I think you can sign a like replacement. That's actually a shout what Dominic said, because Arda Güler, after Wits and Musiala, I was actually trying to think of kind of that natural 10. Arda Güler is actually a shout. And bro, I know he's unhappy at Madrid that he's gone there and he's just holding bench. I think he's played less than 100 minutes or less than 80 minutes.
It's nasty what's going on there still.
Exactly, bro. And I actually, you know what, bro? That's a player that I actually think will leave in January on loan. I genuinely think that. And listen, World Cup year's around the corner. I think I can see a world where he has a good 6 months loan somewhere, and then maybe Real Madrid sell him with a buyback clause. Do you get? Because World Cup year's coming up. I'm not saying his place in the team's at risk. Like he's the star boy of Turkey, but you want to be playing consistently. You don't want to be coming on for the last 10, 20 minutes of games. Do you know what I mean? So I can see a world where he has a good 6 months. Real Madrid will sell him with a buyback clause, and then he probably comes back once he elevates his game to that higher level. I can see it.
Oh, these quotes are nuts, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he's not at City no more. But he's saying in the summer was awful, blood. After winning the treble, everyone was confused. The protagonists were thinking they should get more or new contracts, and the ones who didn't play were pissed off and wanted to leave the club. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's not all rosy at Man City, and this is the thing. You get that, and this is the thing where when you don't bring in, the one thing Sir Alex Ferguson was good at, you bring in young, hungry players, into your squad, and then these young lions then become the big dogs. You get me? They become the main guys. City ain't done that because when we brought in Nani and Anderson, we didn't bring in Nani and Anderson for now. We brought them in for later. With Jones and Smalling, we brought them in for later. Do you know what I'm saying? Those are the kind of players that we brought in with it in mind that Rio and Vida are getting on. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, City haven't done that, bro. Like, who are the young players that they've brought in, to replace De Bruyne, to replace Gundo? They didn't, bro. Like, that's why they had to go and get Gundo back, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the recruitment has been shocking. And I don't believe in one window they're going to sort all of this out for Pep. I don't believe that, bro.
The only player I could say that they kind of primed and he's coming to the team and he's ready is Rico Lewis. That's the one player I can say that's a position. But again, that's a position.
But he hasn't nailed down a position. He's played everywhere.
True. But when I say like nailed down, not necessarily the position, but when I say nailed down like his place in the team, he's become a regular starter this season. You could even say back end of last season as well. That's the only player I can really say from their academy that's come into the fold and kind of staked his claim. But other than that, I think you're spot on. And like you said, that's why they've gone and got back the Gundos. That's why Palmer's now looking like a mistake. I think McAtee even wants to leave now because he's like, hold on, I've been in and around this club for time. I think he went out on loan to Sheffield, come back and he's still not playing. And then you're seeing the forward line not getting goals. And he's thinking, bro, when is it going to be my time to shine? So you're actually right. Oscar Bob as well. But again,
he's very good, man. He got a really bad injury and we don't know how he's going to recover from that. He broke his leg and that's not a joke.
That's not a joke, bro. And this would have been, you know why it's so upsetting? And this is why if you're a football fan and you just love ball, I think we were all upset for him because this would have been his breakout year, bro. This would have been his breakout year.
He's so good, you know, like bro. Like he's so good, like bruv. Like he's a player. I enjoy watching him play football because he's cold, like you know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know how he's gonna recover. I hope he recovers. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's just awful. But he was playing the best football that of his career, bro, and then he gets an injury like that.
Do you know what's testament to Oscar Bob? Yeah, in the short space we've seen him, let's say a year to 18 months, I couldn't discover his weakness, bro. He could finish. He's strong. He's got good balance, good first touch. He could dribble. His IQ for his age is cold.
And he glides. He's got that glide dribble where he just looks like he's gliding past players. Like, you know, he's cold.
I was watching him thinking, bro, like, what is your deficiency? Like, what is your weakness? What's your flaw in your game? And when you say that about a player so young, your players like your Miles and that, that's when you know they're just destined for greatness. But like you said, we've seen players with leg breaks not come back the same, bro. I remember Eduardo for Arsenal before that leg break, man was cold. His goals,
he was,
bro,
he was cold.
He was cold. He weren't scoring like mad amounts of goals back then. GA, you know, it didn't really matter as much.
But he was balling out,
bro. Yeah, bro, and when he got that leg break, I think Arsenal sold him a year later, 18 months later. He just weren't the same, bro. Like we've just seen it happen. You're spot on. I just hope Oscar Bob comes back and he even if he's not the exact same player that we saw, he gets near enough to that level, bro.
Honestly, that's what I'm saying. Man said City will spend big over the next few windows. They've sold a lot. Haven't spent much, so the balance sheet's healthy. It might be, but bro, it's all about signing the right players, bro, because obviously their football directors just left. They got the one from Sporting. Obviously Sporting's talent ID is pretty solid. Do you know what I mean? He built the team for Amorim, but at the same time, it's like City can't go out and sign young, talented players, next season. I think that's gonna win them the title, bro. Like, it's not gonna win them the title, fam. Like, this is it, bro. Like, they need to sign ready-made players now, bro, as well. Like, they can't do this. Oh yeah, we're signing players for 3 years, bro. You've got men that are on their last legs now, bruv. now.
Wait, Rants, I just caught what you said, bro. Wait, that Chicky Bert, I wasn't even going to
Yeah,
try and
Burgess, yeah, he was the
He's cut
City.
already.
Yeah, he's left. And they brought in Hugo Viana from Sporting Lisbon.
Oh man, all this time I thought that Viana brother was coming in at the end of the season. I thought Chicky was there till the summer. Man said
It's
he's
a
cut already.
midway season thing. Because remember, Ruben, our manager, come out. They played against Man City the other day, and his brethren was already at City.
Rotted.
So yeah, he's dipped. I don't even know why he dipped. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they gave us a reason.
He's probably the calm before the storm. He probably knows something's coming up and he's trying to get
Bear
out.
man are leaving though. But Bear man are leaving.
left.
Yeah, Barada's dipped. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, but I feel like something's gonna happen to City, blood. Do you know what I mean?
Know what? Yeah.
Like
You know, I said at the start of this stream, I think they're good, yeah. The more I think of their situation and the hierarchy leaving, I don't know now. Like for me, money talks in it. Even if you're guilty, if you've got enough dough, you can pay for the best lawyers, bro. I
don't think they're gonna get the ultimate thing, which is relegations and that. But I think that the Premier League have to make an example of them. They have to.
But then my rebuttal to that is, Rants, like they bring in so much bread for the league. I don't think as much as Liverpool and United, but I know recently because they've won a lot of prems and that they bring in so much bread and they're a good advert for the league. And even in Champions League in the recent years, they've done well. So that's why, for me, I never entertain the relegation stuff in it. Like, yeah, big up.
I think it's more likely to be transfer ban and point deduction. And I'll be real, brother. If they fucking ban them from signing players with their squad falling apart now, that's a nightmare scenario for Pep Guardiola, bro. A nightmare.
Facts. And because you know how you said they can't be signing players in the next window that are like young and need a year to bed in. You're gonna get Chelsea getting stronger, you man getting stronger. You never know with us and our owners and our contract stuff, but I'd like to think we'll get stronger.
You're gonna spend because you didn't spend in the summer, so.
No, but
the manager's gonna know what you want.
I'm telling you, as a Liverpool fan, the man can vouch in the chat that Liverpool.
Nah, you can't go 2 windows without spending no money, blood. I can't lie. Man, have to burn down the stadium.
Do you know the amount of times we were supposed to spend and we hardly spend and we still don't spend, bro? And like, bro, it's like this. Actually, and you're laughing because you know it's true, bro. I would not be surprised if I think we'll sign one player this January, but I would not be surprised if we don't sign no one, bro.
But honestly, if you go into the summer and you don't spend no one, I swear I'll die, bro. Like, this is insane.
Don't be so. Word to Tope Bello, bro. FSG are scumbags, bro. I will not be surprised if it hits February the 1st and we sign no one, bro. I just wouldn't be surprised. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised. That's why the only 2 teams I can say hand on heart, bro, that will actually improve and got ambitious owners. I know it's still early with Ineos, but Chelsea and United. Yeah, Chelsea and United don't want to get back up, bro. You know what Enoch's on with Levy and that? They're just, bro, they're more interested in F1 and NFL. Yeah. He cares about the business off the pitch. You don't care about Spurs on the pitch. FSG, you know how we're run. Listen, we need to see who Arsenal bring with their director because we already know with them, they're on the penny pinching thing as well and not being proactive. So the only 2 teams I can hand out say that are going to try and get better is United and Chelsea, bro. It's genuinely United and Chelsea. And again, this is what I say about FSG. They had a world-class manager that was covering their deficiencies, bro. He was literally getting the maximum out of the players he had at his disposal. And you could say so far, it's happening again this season. We've got a very competent manager that is doing the same thing. But as for City, bro, I agree with you. They need to actually sign ready-made players that are ready to hit the ground running, bro. And again, the 2 that they've got linked with the most, apparently they're both Bayern. One of them's already at Bayern, going to sign a new contract. And the other one's that's primed to go there as well, bro. So
and also he's been linked to Real Madrid or Bayern, depending on where Alonso goes. If Alonso goes to Real Madrid, he'll want to take Florian Wirtz there. Do you know what I'm saying? So,
do you know what though, bro? I think Wirtz might look at the Madrid situation. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think he'll be an idiot if he goes to Real Madrid, bro.
Yeah,
that a car crash.
You're looking at man now, like your Endricks and your Galers and whatnot, and even
Endricks getting linked with Southampton. You know, did you see that?
Where you're
on
joking.
On loan. Hey, bro, I swear, bro.
You're joking, bro.
Brother, I swear. Southampton, bro. I couldn't believe it, bro. This is where we are right now.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I just think Vitz will look at the ROMZ situation that, am I guaranteed to play all the time? Nah. Let me actually go Bayern, where I probably will be able to, or another club. But yeah, but I can see a world. It's like Gyökeres and Amorim. I think Gyökeres goes United. Personally, that's how I feel, because I don't think people understand how important relationships are in football, especially a coach and a player. Rants, in your futsal team, you might have man that played for clubs before you and after you and weren't the same. For the simple fact, they just did not have the same relationship with their ex or future coach that they had with you,
facts.
bro.
100%.
Sometimes, literally. So I think Gyökeres is a United player in the summer. Personally, I've been saying this. I think he's you're the club that get him, and I think Vitz and Alonso. I can see a world where maybe, even though Vitz is looking at it, I might not be guaranteed to start, because me and Alonso had that rapport because we worked together for the last 2 years. Let me go and follow him. Relationships are so important, bro. So important. So you're right. Vitz could possibly go Madrid and not Bayern. But one thing for sure, he's not staying at Leverkusen. They're going. I thought they would have got raided this summer, but I think Alonso announcing him staying, he announced it just before the Europa League final, innit?
Yeah, but I'm sure he would have said to them, listen, I'm staying on the condition, that you don't rip up my squad.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. And I think
because he could have gone to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, he could have even come to us, bro.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the fact that he went undefeated and won the league and cup double, the players are probably looking at it like, let's not fix what's not broken. Let's give this guy another year out of loyalty. So all of their players that, I don't really rate Boniface like that, but the Victor Boniface,
he's good back to goal though, man.
You know, yeah, back to goal.
Yeah.
But you know, it's back to goal. I think he's classing that. Like, you can't bully him, but Rants, I still think he's not. I think he's one of them strikers that need a high volume of chance. From what I've seen.
Yeah. No. As a finisher, he ain't it. But
yeah,
he's a link man, innit? He's a specialist link man.
Yeah, but your players like Tar, Tapsoba, which another two I don't really rate like that. Your Bonifaces, your Vitz, who else they have? Grimaldo. I think that crop of players, I think they're probably thinking, you know what, let's just dip out when Alonso does. Let's give him another year, and then bam. I can see Leverkusen being a mid-table club very soon again, bro. They're gonna get raided and
for sure.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Grimaldo's cold. You know,
cold.
He's a cold.
So cold, bro.
So no, it's one of them ones. I hear it. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna be interesting to see what happens there, bro, to be honest. But when I look at City, it's hard in this game right now to find young players that are good enough to come into a team like Man City and make a difference right away, that aren't gonna cost a fucking arm and a leg, bro.
Yes.
And that's why they should have been bedding these men in now. This is what I mean. I think the planning's been poor. Obviously, the DOF has said that it's been a crazy summer. But bro, when you look at City's business in the summer, yeah, what business did they do summer gone?
It was
Savini done in the January before. But who did they sign in the summer, bro? Like, they didn't do nothing really.
I'm trying to think, bro. It would have been.
Obviously, Gundo came back. That was it.
Raw. That's a point.
Yeah, Gundo came back. No, Kovacic and Guardiola were there before.
Yeah, they were there before. Bro, the fact we have to
they
think
just got Gundo. That was it. Just Gundo and Savio, they signed before, blood. They done nothing. Like,
oh my days.
And this is what I'm trying to say, bro. Alex Ferguson understood that when he won, he had to strengthen regardless, bro. And that's one thing he done really well. No matter what, yeah. When we won, we always sign players anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't win the league, yeah, and then sign one player, bro.
Do you know what's mad, Rants, as well? Pep's a hypocrite because he come out and even said that, I remember they asked him at the end of most season once he won the league, what's the formula? What's the recipe to win the league? Is that you always have to freshen up what you already have.
Yeah, to keep so there's hungry people coming in that haven't won stuff.
Yeah, and this is why when you say that's why you felt he would have left, that's a big indicator to think, why? Because the fact for the first time in your City tenure, you're not being proactive. It's kind of like, you know, when you've already left the job mentally, but you're just in the job.
That's why I thought he was on his way out.
Yeah, I hear it.
Because Alex Ferguson did that. He let the team age out, and then he dipped. Do you know what I'm saying? At the final hurdle, like even the fact that he bought Van Persie. When we bought Van Persie, I think he was either 29 or was already in his 30s. But like we bought him, yeah, at a time where he was coming in to shoot immediately.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm
Uh,
saying? So,
And do you know what,
brother,
bro? That's why we're always mad at FSG, right? Because Klopp come out and said after. I always believe that again, you should put pressure on the owners while you're in the job, but sometimes it can go
Mm.
left. But Klopp come out shocked. I knew this would happen after he left Liverpool and said, "Look, like I needed more players." But then there was one summer
Mm.
he got interviewed. I think it was summer couple weeks after we lost the Champions League final to Madrid when Vinny scored, he said, "We don't need a midfielder." He's at all the Liverpool fans basically saying we need a DM. They don't know what they're on about. Then halfway through, that's the season we finished fifth in it, but we were like 10th for the majority of the season. We were getting battered by most teams. That's when he said, "You know what? Maybe I was wrong." But once he left Liverpool, he said, "Look, there's like I needed so much more players." That's why us as Liverpool fans are onto FSG because I can't believe when there's a season where we got bare injuries to our centre backs. I believe it's the season Ollie finished second. But bro, we were top at Christmas that year. Then we go and sign Davis and Kabak and just some next scrubs,
I
bro.
remember
And then,
that. Oh,
and then even after we won the Champions League, yeah, before we won the Prem, a lot of man forget that we signed Jota and Thiago. That summer window, I weren't too upset with because we signed them to after winning the league. So for me, that showed intent. Where I was annoyed is when we're top in January, you're not then trying to sign more players. Because for me, Thiago's the only world-class player that we signed that was already world-class in my lifetime anyway. Everyone else we signed, your Suarez, your Torres, whatnot, they were all prospects. They were very good,
yep.
but they weren't the finished article. Thiago's the only player in my lifetime that was the finished article that we signed. So that summer 2020 lockdown after we won the league, I weren't too upset because Jota was a bagsman for Wolves and Thiago's world class. But in the January now when we're top and we have bare injuries to our centre backs, you have to then invest for Klopp, and they just didn't, bro. They just didn't. So
This is what I'm saying. So I don't know what the reason was behind City not investing in players, and then when their football director then leaves as well after that window, it's like you get
yeah,
me. I thought like, did he not sign people because he knew he was leaving? That's why I thought, yo, maybe Pep's not signing no one else because he knows he's leaving, and maybe they're gonna let the new manager do the rebuild. Like all signs were leading towards Pep leaving for me.
even yeah.
Do
When
you
you
know what I
deep it,
mean?
it actually was. And do you know what, Ranch? Yeah, I think
Mhm.
I think it's a year extension and then an option to extend another year. But
Mhm.
even the amount of time he's signed, that indicates he's not in for the long haul. Because I think if he stays for another 2 years, that literally takes him to 10 years on the nose, I think. Yeah, it'll be 10 years. Because I think this summer he would have been at the club 8 years. So then if he stays another 2, it'll be 10 on the nose. But the fact that it's a 2-year extension probably suggests I still think, even though he signed this extension, this might sound mad. I still think he's mentally checked out. I just still think he's mentally checked out. But he's like, you know what? Let me see what more I can do with this team. But you know what? I'm just gonna say it. Maybe not this season, but within the next few years, I think it'll be another year he don't win the league. I think that
Mm.
one of these years soon, it'll
But
be a
this is
year
what
he
I
don't win
think.
the league.
I think, yeah, if he doesn't win it this season, there's no guarantee for next season because I don't think this Man City squad, yeah, is set up here to challenge for 4 trophies again next season with the
Facts.
age of these men, bro. Like it's mad, bro. Like I think that they would have to bring in a lot of reinforcements, and then even those reinforcements all also have to be bedded in, bro.
Mm. And like we said, you're just looking at what's out there, and it's like, obviously, this is where the scouts earn their money, bro. Because if you get uh um an unknown entity from South America and he comes in and he lights up the league and whatnot, we've seen it happen in ball. You have some players that don't really have that much pedigree and they just come and hit the ground running. But yeah, this is where their scouting needs to be top tier because I'm looking what's out there and what's actually attainable. Would it take them to the next level? I don't know, man. I don't know. And I'm yet to see Pep have a proper strip a team away and rebuild it in his design, bro. Most teams he's gone into, listen, big up what he did with Barcelona B, but then he's walking into PK, Puyol, Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, Messi, bro. Eto'o and all them, man. He goes by and you're walking into Schweinsteiger, Lahm, all of these all of these man, Lewandowski. You're walking into a team that Neuer that already has world-class players and has that spine. City was the same thing, bar the fullbacks. He still had that core. This is the first time now he's actually going to have to rip it all up and start again. I'm proper
He
interested
came
to see
in,
what they do, bro.
he met KDB, Sterling, David Silva. Them man were all there.
Yeah,
Aguero.
yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. That spine was crazy. And then he rebuilt another spine. And now he's gonna have to rebuild another spine again because their centre backs are in their late 20s, early 30s. All their midfielders are in their 30s. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like a whole new spine rebuild again. Like, it's gonna take more than 1 year to do that. That's a 2-year job, maybe a free window job to completely reconstruct the spine of that City team. So I don't really know.
Do you know what as well though? Like with Pep at what do you call it? Mine's gone blank now. Mine's actually gone blank. I forgot what I was gonna say. It'll come back to me soon. With
Big up the chat as well, man. Let's get up to the 500 likes target. Bro, the noises around Alphonso Davies are getting louder and louder. Remember what I told you, man, yesterday, bro? We're signing him.
I see that for United. I see that today.
We're signing him. It makes too much sense, bro. Man's Canadian. Do you know what I'm saying? Culturally, moving to England makes way more sense than him going to Spain to do that Hala Madrid shit, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? That club's a shambles, bro. Like, it's the reality. We got all these good players, and it's just, it stinks, mate.
And the formation you play, I've been saying, for me, Davis is not a left back. He's a wing back.
Nah, he's not.
What formation does Amorim play? Ideally, the team in his image. Obviously, he can adapt. He can play different formations, but he lacks some. What do you call it? Wing backs. This is players like Grimaldo. Listen, I don't rate Denzel Dumfries in it, but players like that where they're not necessarily the best defensively, but wing backs cater for them because it literally caters for them. So for me, players like your Grimaldo's, your Alphonso Davies, because even Grimaldo, what I've seen defensively, he gets ripped quite often. But going forward, he's sublime in it, and he's technically sound. I feel like in an Amorim system, players like Dumfries, players like Alphonso Davies, players like Grimaldo, they will cook, bro. They will absolutely cook. Even to the point, some Man United fans, I think it's tongue in cheek, are saying Antony's gonna cook under Amorim because they're like,
I think he cooks the right wing back, 100%.
What you say? It's not tongue in cheek. Do you genuinely believe that?
Real spit, blood. I think he does his thing still.
Bro,
I think he does his thing, bro. Like, bro, when I look at how, even when we look at players like Nori and them man here that are not really wing backs and that, you know them ones, and they're playing in wing back and they're drifting in, they're in bare space and that. I think Antony's gonna do a thing there, bro. You know what the crazy thing about Antony is, yeah.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
It's mad unfair, yeah, because none of us have really, we haven't judged him on what he's done at the club. Like, we haven't, innit? We've judged him on the fact that he cost 85 million. Certain men are judging him because they're saying he don't take his players on, yeah. And Antony's confidence, has been massively affected at this football club by the manager, mostly. Because remember when Antony first came in, he was mad confident. Like, he bagged on his debut, I think, against Arsenal and that. And then I remember there was one game, Antony was feeling himself and done the little spin thing and that. And then man started making fun of him and that. And like, them ones there, bro. It's like, to me,
the thing is, Rants as well.
It's like he lost his confidence, bro. Like, when you're a player that likes to express yourself and likes to do off the cuff things, that shit needs to be encouraged, bro. And if it's not encouraged, you lose it, innit? And it looks like he just lost his spark at Man United. And I don't necessarily think it was all his fault, blood, because he's put in way better performances than I've seen Garnacho put in, and Højlund put in, and the energy's not the same. And Højlund cost 72 million and Antony cost 85. So they basically cost the same amount of money, but the criticism's nowhere near the same.
Do you know what, Rants? Even both games against us, the back end of last season, the FA Cup win, and
bro, we won that game because of him.
Yeah, and even the league game, I think he cut Did he start or come on? I can't remember. But the league game 2-2 and Maino scored the mad thing and Bruno scored his goal. Even that game was decent. And I'm not gonna lie to you now, yeah. People might clip this, people might say I'm even mad. With me, I'm not a hypocrite. I wanted Antony as backup for Salah 2-3 years ago, bro. Because when Ajax were cooking and Ten Hag was there, I said this 3 weeks ago on this very stream. Man in the comments might remember the game. Man, right, remember the game. He scored a winner in the dying moments against PSV. But when I tell you, Rant, it was a 3-2 game, I think. And he scored a win. He cut in and he wrapped it. But when I tell you, Rant, from start to finish, because one of my boys that he proper loves Dutch football, he's lived in Holland and whatnot. When I tell you from start to finish, Rant, his performance was cold. And he had hype before that game. And I was like, you know what? Let me actually look into this Antony guy, yeah? I was like, you know what? I want him as backup to Salah. And I don't know if you've seen it, Rants. Last couple of days, it's come out that Klopp wanted him to replace Salah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that. And obviously, some of the fans are going mad. But this is all in hindsight because at the time, it was reasonable, but not to replace Salah, sorry, but as competition as his backup. At the time, it was actually reasonable. He was good at Ajax, bro. And I've always said, yeah, let's be honest, he's not had the best time at United, but I still think there's a player there. And I've said this to my boys, even off camera, I still think there's a player there, but people are so small-minded, like, oh, whatever, he's a scrub, 85 minutes. Do you know what I will say, Rants, though? Price tag don't help, and I don't think he helped himself when he come out and said, he said something similar to what Sterling said, that the best is, what did he say? The best is yet to come from me. There's still room to improve. Watch, I'm gonna get. Wasn't it something about GA? I'm gonna get this amount of GA.
He said that he's gonna improve his GA and that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and you know what it is.
Man. He didn't.
I don't have a problem with that because the manager hasn't been playing him. So it's one of them ones where like it's not his fault. He can't score if he's not playing.
No, but do you know what, bro? Like I hear that Ten Hag weren't playing him, but it's like I feel like when you're ready, not being played, and the world's against you, your back's against the wall. I don't feel like you should talk, bro. Just try and prove. But then on the flip side, you're probably thinking, well, how can he prove if you don't play? But I just think when things aren't going for your way in ball, I just think you should shut up personally and just let your ball do the talking. But I'm not gonna cap him.
He seems like a fiery kind of volatile character, and I quite like those. I think you need a few of them in your team, blood. It keeps people honest, blood. You know them ones because they're the man that are gonna be honest and tell man they're playing shit when they're playing shit. You know them ones. Sometimes you need those kind of players.
True.
Bro, I don't mind, you know. Like this is just what it is, bro. I'll be completely honest. And the thing is with Antony as well, his performances, also have been massively blown out of proportion because a lot of men want Ahmad to play, and a lot of men wanted Garnacho to play, and a lot of men wanted Sancho to play. So because he was Ten Hag's brother and Ten Hag's brought him in, that first of all, we never needed a right winger when we signed him anyway. Do you know what I'm saying?
So much.
Exactly. And second of all, there's other men that other fans think should be playing ahead of him. So if man are being completely objective, he's never been given a fair crack, by a lot of the fans, and also Ten Hag's a waste man anyway. No one flourished under him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like nobody. Like the reality is, no one flourished under him. In hindsight,
Flawless calling him Satan, bro. Flawless been calling him Satan, but
he's that, bro.
With Antony, I thought it was tongue in cheek, bro. I genuinely thought. Pardon me. I thought it was tongue in cheek, bro. But when you confirmed, oh no, it's not tongue in cheek. I genuinely think you'll cook. And someone else said it to me the other day that I was on stream with. I can't remember. I don't. It's
the wingback situation, bro. I can't lie. In the wingback, wingback position,
you just really have to have energy, G.
And you have energy and good at connecting, and also you get more space to operate, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? And I just think, because of his tenacity, he's like a little pit bull, bro. Like because of his tenacity and his engine, bro. I think he's gonna be good, bro. Do you know what I mean? I think he's going to be good because I think that a lot of his strengths are very suited to that position. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's a fucking world beater, but bro, to be a wingback, you don't need to be a world beater. You just need to be fit and you just got to keep the width and you need to be good at combining. That's all. And he's good at combining.
What I've always said about Antony Rats is he gets cooked for what people expected of him coming in. So price tag and numbers. But I've always said, I've been consistent in this. When you look at him as an actual footballer, you can't tell me he's technically bad. I think, call me crazy, I think he's one of the most technically sound players in your squad, bro.
He's technical, bro. He is
very technical, bro. Very like
technical.
You ask most man in your team to bring a ball down from like 50 yards in the sky. He's probably going to be one of the better players at doing it, bro.
That can do it, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And his IQ, and this is under Ten Hag. I remember when he first come in, like you said, the debut goal against Arsenal. I think you even beat them that game. I remember his IQ being there, but as the more he works with Ten Hag, which is mad because he's the manager that basically, I'm not going to say made you, but you flourished with at your previous club. The more he played under Ten Hag, you just saw him doing dumb stuff. Because I can't lie, I was watching some United games and I was like, Antony, when he should shoot, he was passing. When he should pass, he would shoot. Like his IQ was all over the gap. But for me, you can't look at Antony and say he's a bad player. Yes, you can say, he might be washed, he might be a scrub because of what you probably expected him to do and the output you expected from him. But him as an actual baller, and the thing, I'm not a hypocrite saying this because I wanted this guy at my club. I can't now say, oh, this guy's dead and etc. I just feel like the numbers aren't there. And for the price tag you brought him into, I think price tag does a lot of players dirty, bro. A lot of players dirty. And it never helps. It never, especially when you don't live up to it, it never helps a baller. But I genuinely thought this was tongue in cheek when United fans were saying he would cook under 10 under Amorim. But I guess we're yet to see, bro. Honestly, I guess we're yet to see if he does cook. But like I said, he's got energy in abundance, and from win back,
he's got energy and tenacity, bro. He puts his foot in. He doesn't just get up and down, and he can combine when players are close to him. The thing is, in my opinion, what makes a player good and a player bad, is fundamentals. Do you know what I'm saying? That's it. Fundamentals, bro. I can look at a player and say they're a bad footballer if they lack fundamentals. It's the same with boxing. You can look at someone and say they're a bad fighter if they lack fundamentals, if the footwork's not there. Do you know what I mean? If the head movement's not there, you can say categorically you're a bad player. No one can tell me that categorically Antony is a bad footballer, bro, because he's got all the fundamentals and the basic ingredients to be a good footballer. The things that he's got missing in his game, is more up here than with his feet. It's got nothing to do with his feet and his ability to receive the ball and his ability to pass and dribble. His shooting could improve. Do you know what I'm saying? His shooting could improve and his final ball could improve. But in terms of the technical base that he has, it's better than Garnacho's. It's better than fucking Rasmus Højlund's. So I don't know why the energy's not the same, bro. And man can't tell me the price tag because Rasmus cost as much as he did, pretty much. There's less than 10 million in it. Do you know what I mean? So it's not the price tag, bro. The bottom line is he's technically better than Rasmus Højlund and the energy's nowhere near the same.
Do you know what? Big up Wrap Up Haven as well. These things play a part. Remember, he had the mad court case as well. And, bro, dealing with that, it can look. We've seen footballers that have stuff going on off the pitch that affects their performance, bro. Look at Luis Diaz with his dad. You know what I mean? There's so many cases where off the field stuff. Well, this isn't me like covering up for him, but this is a good point as well. I feel, and that was a time, if I remember, United fans were on him for his performances. So when you have that on top of it, he's just thinking, flipping hell, man. Like, how did I get out of this rut? But no, that's a decent point still. Off the field stuff can affect you, bro. I personally know borders that off the field stuff will affect them, honestly.
100%. Oh, he's very one-footed. Most left-footed players are.
Yeah.
So
lefties are known to just be lefties, bro. They're known to just be lefties.
I can't lie, bro. It's one of them ones where the truth is, a lot of people, have bought into this idea that Antony's not good. And because they've bought into that idea, they're not willing to see anything, bro. They done the same thing with Fred. A lot of men done the same thing with Dallo, and now they're backtracking, bro. Like, it's one of them ones where you can look at a player's attributes, and you can know what their strengths and weaknesses are and say, you know what, they're not my kind of player, or I don't rate them. But don't lie, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Man are lying, bro. And this is the worst thing about it, bro. Because my thing is, yeah, you can't think Antony's shit as a footballer, but then rate Garnacho, blood. Like you can't do that because that doesn't make sense.
Facts.
Do you know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Like, bro, like that doesn't make sense, bro.
This
Do you
is
understand?
annoying, Rants. Man will say Garnacho is better because he has better numbers, and his numbers are even madly clear of Antony's. But because he has
Come on,
better
bro.
numbers, we're in a generation where GA is everything. It's the be all and end all, bro. Like I literally are getting arguments and debates with man every day where they're like, oh yeah, he played deep this line, he played well, but you didn't score an assist. I was like, you're literally contradicting what you're saying, literally straight away. You're literally admitting he played well, but you didn't get GA. It's crazy, bro. But you're spot on. There's not much with him in Garnacho, but because Garnacho scores more, and that's bound to what you said about Ten Hag. Garnacho also gets more opportunity. He plays more, so you're expecting him to score more anyway.
Bro, we started like 36 games in a row last season, bro. And the thing
in
is,
a row.
Yeah, in a row, bro.
That's crazy.
In a row,
That's
fam.
crazy.
And I think he scored like 5 Premier League goals or something like that. So it's one of them ones where, bro, I'll be real, yeah. The bottom line is, yeah, fundamentals are where how I judge players, because you know what it is, yeah. There's loads of different ways to judge footballers, yeah. There's no right way or wrong way. However, the way I judge players, yeah, is the fairest way. Because if you judge a player on their fundamentals, it's fair because you can look at a player and see if they have them or not. When you're judging players on numbers, it's not fair because the numbers change depending on the system, depending on the position, depending on how many minutes they're actually playing. Do you know what I'm saying? Because
that's why, bro.
When people say, "Oh, he had 30 appearances," but how many of them were starts? And how many minutes? And how many minutes out of those 30 appearances? If you've only had 30 appearances, but only 4 of them were starts here, and the rest of them were 10-minute cameos, why are you showing man his numbers?
This is why, yeah. And I even seen his own fan base getting onto him. This is why I don't like this Nkunku discourse, yeah. Because you see Nkunku, if you look at his goals to game ratio in the prep, forget Conference League, because Conference League he's badding it up. But all due respect, that league, you have other than Panathinaikos, they are playing teams that they should be whacking, yeah. But bro, Nkunku, majority of Chelsea fans understand. Look, when he comes on, like, you could say false nine, he ain't really flourishing. Even I have to hold this one. I speak to Don all the time, and I was like, you know what? If Jackson ain't, this is at the start of the season, if Jackson ain't doing it, you could play Nkunku false nine. And the more I've seen Nkunku false nine, I have to hold my hands up. I was like, Don, obviously you watch your team more than me. You're right on this one. But I've been saying, people are calling Nkunku's time at Chelsea underwhelming or a flop and whatnot. One, he's had bare injuries, and two, when you look at his goals to game, bro, the minutes. Not goals to game. If you watch minutes to goals, bro, he's been sublime. I remember last season we battered them at Anfield, but he scored a goal where he dropped the shoulder and he's literally put it right in the bottom corner. He come on against Wolves and scored. I think they ended up losing, but he come on against Wolves and he scored a the Chelsea fans will know the goal I'm on about. Coming against Wolves and he scored, I think it was an equalizer, and Wolves scored straight after that. But in Nkunku, if you look at his goals to minutes ratio, it is cold. So when man are calling him underwhelming and a flop, it's like, hold on, you can't be doing that. If man's not been playing that much or not starting, you got to cut him a bit of slack. That what you literally just said validates the discourse that I don't like for Nkunku, bro. Because I think
the Nkunku thing is, yeah,
City
he's
could
a
deal
player
with Nkunku right now.
Nkunku's a player, yeah, that he's playing in a system, yeah, that, well, tell a lie, he's not even playing. But he's in a team, yeah. Exactly. He's in a team where he's not being used to his best, to his strengths, yeah. He's not been used in his best situation, yeah. He's not guaranteed minutes. And when he is getting minutes, he's getting minutes in the second team, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't remember too many times I've seen him. Well, to be fair, he doesn't start because he's competing with Cole Palmer and Nico Williams, bro. And the manager's decided that he's not going to use him in wide areas. So by default, he's not really getting minutes. But when they needed a goal in that Burnley game, it was, I swear it was him and Sancho that came on and combined for the goal. And it was a good goal as well. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's not a bad player. It's just that he's just having a bad time at the moment. But also, but he's not shit, bro.
Do you know what, Rants, though? This is kind of my... I think Maresca's going to do good things at Chelsea, innit? But this is my one criticism of him, yeah? He can't play his position he flourishes in, and you saw under Leipzig was 10. He can't play there because Palmer and Felix are there, basically occupying that 10 role, yeah. For me, on the left, you have Sancho and Mudryk. And Nkunku's better than Mudryk. Sancho recently has been injured. And I think he was ineligible to play against Julo, obviously his parent club. This is what I was even saying to Don. If you can't play in false nine, or you can't start him in the league, start him on the left. Especially the last couple months, or the game Sancho's been absent, because I do believe Sancho is the better player than Nkunku, but I believe he can play the last couple games. He can play on that left hand side. You know what I mean? But big up Don. Man said he spawned out of nowhere, but that's the thing. You want to play him more centrally, but yeah, that's literally what I just said. Felix and Palmer he's literally third option for that 10 role.
There you go. So the squad isn't built for him to thrive. So he needs a new club. But that doesn't mean it's his fault.
Facts. But I just don't like the discourse that some Real fans, even some Chelsea fans, saying, "Oh, he's been a flop. He's not this. He's not that." He's still a baller, bro. But for me, on the left, he should be second option to Sancho, bro. Because for me, he's better than Mudryk. I think he should be second option to Sancho.
He is, but the manager doesn't see him as a viable option for the left side, which I don't agree with.
Facts. And now Pedro Neto is probably, for me, you're going to see in the next couple of games. Obviously, you have to rotate because the winter period, but I think in Premier League games, you're going to see, what's the man's name? Noni dropped. I think Neto's performances at right wing of late has warranted him that starting spot on the right. That left's probably going to be Sancho's spot. But the odd game Sancho's not playing well, or he might have a little I think Nkunku should be starting on that left now, and obviously play Palmer and Jackson in the 10 and 9. But I think Nkunku needs to start, because that's a ball, and I don't like this discourse that he's been a flop or he's been underwhelming, man. The guy just needs to play. But Don was right. False nine. The more I watch Chelsea, he's just getting ousted out the game. That he's not getting involved. Sometimes forgetting he's even playing. And I thought he could actually do well in that false nine. And Don was showing me, ROMZ, trust me, it's not it. And he goes in that position. So for me, it's only the left where you can play him. And again, like we said, Maresca don't really like him there. So the next option is to leave. That I can't lie. The next option, he's either going to have to dip in January.
He's got to leave, man. And also, he came from a team where he was the main, creative outlet. Like, they expected him to get on the ball and do everything, bro. I remember when everyone was gassing him up before he came when he was at Leipzig.
I wanted him at Liverpool, bro.
Yeah, and they kept showing all of his highlights, and it was him doing the action Jackson thing, just being everywhere, getting on the ball. Sometimes he was on the left, sometimes he was on the right, sometimes he was central, and he was just the main guy in it. And now he's gone to a team where he's a squad player, so that's going to hurt his confidence as well. There's loads of different reasons why stuff could not work out for players.
I remember that Swedish player, Forsberg and Szoboszlai, them three were cooking for a season in Leipzig. And I've got to disagree with this HR. I think Nkunku's a very good finisher, bro. That's an outstanding attribute. Bro, if you put Nkunku 1-on-1, 8 times out of 10, he's burying it. I think he's a very good finisher. That's an outstanding attribute. And I think he's got very good IQ as well. His decision-making is normally very good. Very good.
I think his biggest issue is that there's no natural place for him at the club, because there are other players there. Cole Palmer's in the 10, Jackson's in the 9, and he's not really an out-and-out 9 anyway. So the biggest problem is the squad ain't really built for him. That's his biggest problem. I don't think his biggest problem is his ability as a footballer, bro. I think you're being disingenuous here. If you think that his footballing ability is the reason why it's not working out at Chelsea in a team where Noni Madueke is starting every week. Do you know what I mean? Like to me, that's disingenuous, because Noni's shit. So it's one of them ones where, bro, in a team that Noni's playing, you can't chat to me about him. And it's the same. That's how I felt about Sancho. That's how I felt about Ahmad. That's how I feel about Antony. In a team that Garnacho's starting in every week, you can't tell me these guys are not good enough. You can't, because I'm not hearing it. This is the reality. Don't tell me these men are not good enough until you get rid of players like Garnacho. Because while these men are still breathing and playing in my football team, I'm not hearing you tell me, that man are not good enough to play for Man United when Garnacho plays every single week, blood. when Noni's playing every week.
It's a self-awareness thing. You're trying to diss players, and you've got man starting in your 11 that aren't even better than the players you're dissing.
Yeah,
Bro,
it don't make
self-awareness
sense.
it's in the mud, bro. It's generally in the mud still. It's in the mud.
No,
Man,
it's
I've seen it a few times in the chat. Man are asking me about Turkey. I'm
yeah,
like
to
Turkey.
Liverpool.
That's my type of baller, bro. I've liked
It's
Turkey
cold.
for time, but this is one thing I will say now. Turkey comes in, it's literally 4-man for that 10. Obviously, I know he can be deployed wide. And personally, I would sign him because it's going to be at a cup. Have you seen if Leon don't raise enough money? You see that report?
Yeah. They need 500 million.
Yeah. So I think most clubs can get him probably, I would say 30 million. I think, and in this current market, that's a bargain. But the things with Turkey, you've got Curtis Jones that is playing the best football of his career right now in that 10. You've got Szoboszlai, which I don't necessarily rate, but I understand why he starts. So Curtis Jones and Szoboszlai are kind of battling for the 10. You've got Harvey Elliott that's about to come back, and him and Turkey stylistically are very similar. If Turkey comes in, I think Turkey's next move, he wants to be one of the main guys or regular star. This is one thing I'm going to say right now of our 11. I want Turkey, but if he comes in, he'll be a squad player at the moment because Diaz has got Diaz and Gakpo are playing well right now on the left, and these are two players that I weren't really rating coming into the season. But you have to give credit where credit's due. Both of them have been very good this season. You got Diaz on the left, Diaz and Gakpo that are rotating. I think, let's say Diaz predominantly league games, Gakpo more cup games. The right is just Mohamed Salah. No one's ever coming in ahead of him. And number 9 is Jota and Nunes interchanging. So the only place from Gravenberch and McAllister, you're not rotating out of this squad. They're out of the midfield. They're literally the first two that are cement. Their places are cemented. So that 10 would literally be a battle between Jones, Szoboszlai, Elliott, and Cherki. And I've always said with title-winning teams, you need so much competition because competition breeds better performances. When you know your place ain't guaranteed, you're thinking, if I have one bad game, the man's coming in ahead of me. However, 4-man in that 10 role, I don't know. And I think Cherki's...
It's one too many, bro.
It's too many, bro. And Cherki will look at it thinking, I'm going to go there to sit on the bench. Yeah, I could potentially pick up a Premier League. I could pick up trophies, but predominantly...
Bruv, someone with his abilities going somewhere to play football, bro.
Facts. And not even just that, Rant. He's got an arrogance about him that the best players have. Do you know what I mean? He has the arrogant... Because bro, that French Algerian, man, they're just unruly, bro. They're just unruly. Like, the world...
they're on their own
like your Nasris, your Ben Zimmers, your Ben Arthur. The world revolves around them. They have to be the main guys, bro. Do you know what I mean? Turkey's not going to want to come to us thinking, I'm just a bench player. His next move, he has to start. And he's come from a Lyon team where he's been the main guy for quite some time now. So I would like Turkey, but I don't think we'll get him. I personally don't think we're getting him. I know there's a lot of links, but I don't think we're going to sign him in Jan. And another thing, we don't like players with egos, and apparently he has a big ego. And
bro, I'd love to see him go to a club like Dortmund because I know that they'll give him the keys. You know them, man.
Yeah. But apparently they rejected him in the summer, bro. Apparently he got offered to them for I think it was 30 or 35 million euros, and apparently Dortmund turned him down because he's a bad egg. You know that abbreviation. A bad egg.
I can't lie. Now he's a cold youth, though. You know what I'm saying?
I rate Cherki, bro. I've been rating him. I watched him for under 21s in the under 21 Euros. I think was it last summer or the summer before? He was. You see the Euros that England beat Spain in, and Lee Carsley was the one Lee Carsley got. Bro, he was ridiculous that tournament. He was ridiculous, bro. Put it like this, Rants. He's our type of baller, bro. He just oozes pizzazz, bro.
Yeah, he's nuts. He's nuts.
You know what I mean? He's just crazy. But do I want him at Liverpool? Of course. I would be like that would be going against everything I believe in if I said I wouldn't want that type of ball at my club. Will we sign him? I doubt it, man. This is what I mean about the international break. Man, just you start getting unrealistic transfers and you just get people just talking craziness because he's not a type of player in my opinion, we would sign. However, though, Slot likes more like Klopp would never sign someone like Cherki, but Slot likes
no way. He ain't got the work rate in it, but Slot likes his technicians.
Yeah,
but
he likes his technicians. So, bro,
it just depends on how coachable he is, though. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, are you coachable enough to have the discipline when you don't have the ball to at least do your defensive duties? You know what I mean? Man's not saying that you have to press like a madman, but you have to make sure you don't leave your areas vacated because you're jogging back. You know the one.
And you know what, Rants? In our system,
Mm.
it's actually mad. The 10 probably presses the most in our system because our front four, what happens is McAllister and Gravenberch. This is why we're more defensively solid because they kind of stay in front of the back four as that security blanket, and then the four will press as a unit. But when let's say Diaz, Salah, and Nunes or Jota, whichever it may be, they'll press, but the one who normally spearheads is that 10. That's why I suppose that starts, bro. But him and Jones, because they're very good pressers, right? But when it started the season, Jones has been starting as of late, but majority of the season so far, Szoboszlai has been starting because say what you want about him going forward, bro, he wins the ball for us a lot. He's got bags of energy. Our 10 is probably the pivotal player that needs to press the most. And this is why I'm starting to think, as cold as Cherky is, he's going to be our main presser. Would he want to do that? I'm not entirely sure.
That's long, bro. Like I think, bro, that left 10 in our system, he would absolutely cook there, bro.
Oh, in this Amorim, he would cook.
He's a menace, bro. Do you know what I mean?
You think you could sign him, bro? At a cut price, 25 mil, 30 million. But then I read a report, Rants. I don't know how true this is, but Ineos don't really want to give Amorim that much money this January. I think you'll probably.
Oh, no, that man said that last summer we weren't going to spend no money. Man said FFP, we spent 100 million net and signed 5 players. Don't listen to these man. These man chat shit. You know what I'm saying? These man chat shit, man.
Like I said again, Rants, the international break, you get people going mad and they're just stories for days, bro. But yeah, man.
I think in the inside left 10, he would cook in his system and it's less running than other systems, but he's an insane footballer, bro.
Crazy.
He's an insane footballer, bro. This is the reality of it, man. And it's like players like that, unfortunately, the system element of football is phasing these players out.
Facts.
It's phasing them out because the thing is, back in the day, the beauty of football wasn't we never looked at players and saw their deficiencies. We looked at their strengths and then we put them in systems or we use them in certain ways to get the best out of them. Now man are looking at man and saying, oh yeah, but he ain't got pace, but he can't press, but he can't do this. But what about what he can do, blood?
Yeah.
Because what he can do is what's going to win you a fucking football match, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? The stuff that he can't do, if you're a good coach, you can minimize the impact that has on the team. That there's a player like Cherky cannot make any team worse. It's impossible. He's too good. Do you know what I mean? It was just like Hazard at Chelsea. Hazard never made Chelsea worse because he didn't press and he didn't win the ball back. He still made them a better team because of what he gave them when he had the fucking ball.
Exactly. And a good coach will maximize what you can do and cover up for what you can't do. Literally. And this is why I'm saying, this is why with us it's tough because with the Cherky thing, I can see a world where Slot probably just maximizes what he can do. And this is why I would want him at the club because as much as I might be sounding hypocritical right now, as much as I've just said what I said about our 10 being the main presser, Slot has come in and improved players like Konate, Gravenberch, Luis Diaz, and he's literally maximized what they're good at. And I wouldn't say covered what they're not good at, but he's literally got the best of what they can do. I can see a world where Cherky comes into Liverpool and he might not be the best presser. 2 or 3 players might skip past him and then all of a sudden we've got a counter. But what he can do, unlocking low blocks, because let's be honest, most of the top 6, you're playing teams that are going to sit at the edge of their box. He's the type of man that can literally drop the shoulder and wrap one top bins. He's got that in his locker. Next thing you know, he's won you a football game. So, you know what? Bring him to Anfield, actually. Fuck it. Bring him to Anfield.
Brother, he's one of the most talented footballers on the planet, bro. That's the reality. When in terms of pure talent. And this is what I mean. When you judge players on their skill set, and their fundamentals, it's not a debate. It only becomes a debate when you start doing, but what's his GA and is he effective and all that? Nah, listen, fuck all that, When you look at his ability with a ball at his feet, he's one of the best players playing football in any league.
Big up what Woody said as well. He don't have a weak foot. What's the word? That card is it ambidextrous?
Ambidextrous,
He's similar to Cazorla, where, bro,
Yeah.
I've seen him rap it with his. Even listen, I don't like to get gassed off training vids because a lot of training vids are unopposed, but you can still tell when a man's doing a shooting drill how epic. Bro, I saw a clip the other
Yeah.
day,
He
right?
goes
Where the
both
ball
way on
gets,
the dribbles.
bro, and I saw a clip, Rants, where the ball's got fizzed into him. He's kind of cushioned it, but he's cushioned it in the air and then just put it top bit. So the ball hasn't dropped, do you get? So it's
Yeah.
fizzed into him in the air.
He's
He's
whipped it
kind of cushioned
on
it
on
up.
a volley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've seen the clip in it.
It's
Bro,
nasty.
crazy, bro. Crazy. Like Jenny is crazy. And again, like, I don't like to get gassed off training vids because you are unopposed. Like, that's not gonna happen in the game. You're gonna have a man on your neck straight away. However, there's certain players that you can just tell in training vids, you've got it. Like, your technique is
Yeah,
just
but bro,
out.
training vids, yeah, are important for the simple fact that, like, bro, footballing ability, yeah, is still, it's an expression. You get me? It's an expression of the talent that you have. So when man are doing unreal things in training, it shows you the talent that they have. Whether people can unlock it, yeah, so we can see it on the pitch, yeah. A lot of the time, that's not really on the player because it depends on the team and it depends on the system. The system has to be right for a player to be able to express themselves the way they want to express themselves. They have to have the freedom given by the manager, and also the insurances provided by the team to do these things. But it's still an expression, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's still an expression of real quality. And he has quality that a lot of players don't have. And what he has is uncoachable, bro. And because of that, every team needs a player like this, bro, because these are the kind of players that turn a game from a 0-0 to a 1-0, bro.
Literally,
Like,
bro.
there's no system that does that, bro, because we've seen Pep. Do you know what I mean? Best manager in the world. But look, how many times have City been fucking struggling? They can't get a goal because they got no one to unlock the low block and they just keep passing round and round and round and round. Then they're relying on John Stones to score from corners and that.
Facts.
It's dead because they don't have a player like that.
And the man that they do have, again, man, are gonna probably cut like Jack.
They're not allowed to.
Yeah, they're not allowed to, bro. They're not allowed to. It's literally as simple as that, bro. So
Pep's killed Jack Grealish, bro.
Say that again.
Pep's killed
I
Grealish,
never
bro.
wanted him to go City, bro. I knew why he went. Trophies, money, bro. End of the day, you need to financially stable. You want to secure your family. All that. I get that. And end of the day, you want to look at your footballing career. I won this, that, and that. But I knew the minute I saw that 100 million bid get accepted, I said that's it. Because things with Grealish, what I don't like about the Grealish discourse, man, is saying because apparently he's not scored. I think it's a goal. Is it a home goal or a goal in general? Apparently, he's not scored a goal since December. It's been nearly a year, innit? But what I don't like about Grealish, he's never been a numbers man. Even at Villa, bro, he didn't really put up numbers like that. But what for some footballers,
he affects games without scoring.
Exactly, like a Hazard. And I've always said, players like Jack Grealish, it's players like them that make other players' output go up. He will literally be a magnet. He'll draw players in, so your players like Haaland and Alvarez are getting the numbers they get because he's the magnet that everyone's getting attracted to. Some players will contribute to the 90 minutes without GA just by how their play style is. But this is why when he went City, I said we've lost Grealish. I knew all of this slander and that would come. I said we've lost Grealish, bro, because you'll get some City fans that say no, he's just bad because there's sometimes he can do what he wants and he's not being able to do it. But for me, that's a whole load of bullshit because I've seen in the same breath Grealish try and be expressive and then Pep give him a bollocking, bro. And he even come out and said at the end of one season, he even come out and said like, I've kind of had to change my game, but I understand my numbers need to be a bit better. But your players like your Cherkis, your Cole Palmers, they don't need systems, bro. Like they are the system. Do you know what I mean?
But your best player should be the system, bro. That's how football should work. You can still have a loose structure, but the system needs to be the game changer. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what he is. He's a game changer, bro. And he needs to be the system.
That's why I think you saw Palmer get it was the best. And again, I'm not a GA guy, but he got the best goal contributions, I think, in Europe or the highest because last season under Poch, there was no real system, bro. So he was just that maverick. Everything was going through
floating,
him. He was able to express himself. And this is why I said this season, I think Palmer's numbers will be reduced. Not because he's a bad player, because I think
Mm.
Maresca has more of a system in place, which is for the betterment of the 11 in
Yeah,
totality.
agreed, 100%. But it will take away from him, yeah.
It will take away from him. So, but people are going to look at that and think, you're basically calling Cole Palmer a bad player. No, he's for me one of the best, if not the best, in the league. However, his numbers will go down because there's now more of a regimented system in place. And so I think so far, actually, do you know what though? I think he's actually similar numbers that he was at this time last season, or he could have.
He's just slightly more restricted.
Yeah, he's more restricted, bro. But yeah, players that we need them in the game, and your players out your Miles, your Palmers, your Cherkis, they're the last of a dying breed, bro. I feel like we say the same thing every week, but they're the last of a dying breed. And if these players literally become extinct, we're done. We're done, bro. We're done.
I fully hear it.
Honestly.
Big up everyone inside. Make sure you lot run up the likes. Do you know what I mean? We're below the target. Yeah, man. What you got coming up this week as well? And guys, let me know who's live that we can redirect to as well, man. Big up everyone for interacting as always, man. Solid day of shows. Yeah, what you got coming up this week, my bro?
So tomorrow actually, no, tomorrow I got the midday show with LB Potts and Chelsea fan Dan at 12. And then Friday I got a show with Potts, and I've also got the Premier League preview show on BSB with Mont. So yeah, next couple of days they're the streams I'll be on.
Nah, I hear it. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up you lot. So make sure keep an eye on that. Man gonna redirect to Monts anyway, because Monts is live. And yeah, he's on tomorrow as well. So yeah, man, I'm just glad that the weekend's games are getting closer, man. Do you know what I mean?
Bro.
Because I need to see this football now, bro. Especially United got bruv, a new manager, bro. I'm excited to watch my team for the first time here in like
in years,
just under a decade, blood. You know them ones. Like it's crazy.
I thought you were just gonna say years, man. Said just under a decade. Wait, come on, man. You're telling me there's some. Come on, under Louis Van Gaal,
yeah, that was 10 years ago, 2015. It's 2024, bro.
Bro, time's going fast.
Yeah,
that would have been 10 years because I know you, bro. I'm thinking Rants enjoyed LVG ball. That's the only, other than Fergie, that's the only manager I've seen come Anfield.
Well, there you go, bro. And that's it. Martial debut goal, pink boots, and that, bro. Man remembers, bro.
Anfield and all that, bro. We didn't sniff the ball for the majority of that game. So when you're that on just on the deck, I'm thinking, well, you've had Van Gaal, but you're right, bro. That flipping now, bro. Time's flying. Time's actually flying. It's
brother. That's what I'm saying. 2024, blood. It's nearly 2025, blood. It's 2025. What? Just under what? 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Because, bro, we're at the end of November, bro.
And you know what? I think you actually smoked Ipswich as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think we do a 3-4 goals on their blood clots still.
Yeah, because this is why Spurs are just Spurs. They concede. I think before that game, I don't know about this figure.
Even my brother was like, "They're shit. How did we lose to them?" Like, you know what I mean?
Bro. Like, bro, they were conceded the most shots on target. Bro, they were just the highest of all the worst stats. I think most goals conceded before the Spurs game. I think these numbers might have changed a bit, but I just think I'm looking at your 7-minute video, yeah. Players just look happy, bro. I'm seeing a man that has Browns under 10 Hag just be happy. He's getting involved. Because remember, Amorim's quite young. I saw a picture of him defending against Neymar. Yeah, I'm seeing for Portugal him defending against Neymar like 10 years ago. So you don't just look happy. And one thing about football, it is also a confidence game. If the manager puts one of his biggest what do you call it, traits is his man management.
Everyone talks about it.
His man management, bro. He will make you feel like you're the best player in the world, and he'll do that for all 11 players, bro. I can see you being Ipswich comfortably. I can see that being a comfortable win, bro.
Same, 100%. That's why I'm looking forward to it, man. I expect sensational vibes on Sunday, guys. You know them ones. So nice, it's gonna be lit, man. But big up everyone inside. Man's gonna redirect to Monts. Do you know what I mean? Make sure you hit a Rants raid in his chat, and then obviously, man's back here tomorrow with Monts. It's the first show, so big up you lot, and I'll see you guys.